You've had that moment, haven't you? A spiritual awakening that cracked your world open, flooding you with light, truth, and a sense of something vast beyond the everyday. But now you're adrift, feeling strangely empty, like the meaning you glimpsed has slipped through your fingers. You thought awakening would be the answer, the key to a life of purpose, but instead you're lost in a fog of questions, doubting yourself, wondering if you're broken for feeling this way. Carl Jung, the explorer of the soul's deepest corners, knew this struggle. He saw awakening not as the end, but as the beginning of a harder journey, to find meaning again in a world that feels both too big and too small. If you've ever felt unmoored after glimpsing the infinite, or if you're searching for a path back to purpose, this is for you. Let's uncover Jung's wisdom on rediscovering meaning after awakening, and how it can ground you again. Don't forget to subscribe for more soul-stirring explorations, like this video if it speaks to your heart, and comment below. What did your awakening reveal, and what's keeping you from meaning now? Let's find the way together. This isn't about chasing fleeting highs or clinging to the ecstasy of awakening. It's about navigating the disorienting aftermath, where the world feels alien, and your old anchors no longer hold. You've been there, the rush of insight fading, replaced by a quiet ache, a fear that you've lost your way or that meaning was just an illusion. Jung, the Swiss psychologist who bridged the conscious and unconscious, taught that spiritual awakening is a call to individuation, becoming your truest self. But the path isn't linear, it's a labyrinth, and meaning lies in its twists. Through stories, philosophy, and psychology, we'll explore 3 steps Jung offers to find meaning again, each addressing your struggles, fears, and unconscious blocks. These steps are raw, human, and might challenge everything you thought awakening meant. First step: embrace the void. The emptiness after awakening is your soul's invitation. Meet Elias, a man in his 40s who experienced a profound awakening during a silent retreat. The world seemed to glow. Every tree, every breath felt alive with meaning. But weeks later, back in his routine, the glow faded. Work felt hollow, relationships distant, and a creeping void settled in. He feared he'd lost the spark, that he'd failed his awakening. Jung's concept of the shadow, the hidden parts of ourselves like doubt or fear, helps here. The void after awakening isn't failure. It's your shadow calling you to face what you've ignored. Elias's emptiness stems from an unconscious belief. Meaning must be constant, ecstatic. But Jung saw the void as sacred, a space where the psyche prepares for deeper growth. Psychologically, this aligns with existential therapy. Emptiness is a signal to redefine purpose, not a sign you're broken. Plato's allegory of the cave resonates. Awakening is stepping out of the cave into light, but the world outside is vast, disorienting. Elias's void is the blinding sun. He must adjust, not retreat. Vivid analogy. It's a desert after a storm, barren but fertile, waiting for seeds of new meaning. The uncomfortable truth: the void isn't your enemy, it's where meaning is reborn if you dare to sit with it. Challenge to convention. Spiritual gurus promise endless bliss, but what if emptiness is the true gateway to purpose? Historical echo. Medieval mystics, studied by Jung, described the dark night of the soul after divine visions. Elias journals his void, finding it's not loss, it's space for new truths to grow. Second step: integrate the anima/animus. Meaning emerges when you balance your inner masculine and feminine. Elias notices a pattern. His awakening made him crave solitude, meditation, the feminine side of intuition and reflection. But his life, work, ambition, logic, pulls him toward the masculine. The tension leaves him fragmented, meaning slipping away. Jung's anima, feminine in men, and animus, masculine in women, are key. Awakening stirs these archetypes, but imbalance blocks purpose. Elias's overemphasis on the spiritual neglects his practical side, leaving him ungrounded. Integrating the anima/animus means embracing both action and stillness, logic and feeling. Psychologically, this is wholeness. Studies on self-compassion show balancing traits fosters resilience. The twist: Elias's awakening didn't fail. His refusal to live it in the world did. Meaning isn't in transcendence alone, it's in embodying both sides. Nietzsche's "Thus Spoke Zarathustra" urges, become who you are. For Elias, it's blending his mystic insights with daily action, starting a community project, grounding his vision. Vivid language. Elias is a tree, roots deep in spiritual soil, but branches bare without worldly sun. Integrating both, he blooms. Uncomfortable truth. Awakening without integration is escapism, not enlightenment. Challenge. Spiritual paths glorify detachment, but what if meaning lies in weaving the divine into the mundane? Historical nod. Renaissance alchemists, Jung's inspiration, sought the Jung show, union of opposites, as the philosopher's stone. Elias's project merges his spiritual and practical selves, sparking purpose. Third step. Seek synchronicity. Meaning flows when you align with the universe's rhythm. As Elias embraces his void and integrates his anima, strange things happen. A chance meeting with an old friend leads to a collaboration. A book on his shelf falls open to a perfect passage. Jung called this synchronicity, meaningful coincidences when your inner and outer worlds align. After awakening, you're more open to these, but fear or control can block them. Elias's unconscious habit, forcing outcomes, kept meaning at bay. Letting go, he notices signs guiding him. Psychologically, this is flow state. Presence attracts opportunity. Studies on mindfulness show openness enhances perception of connections. The twist? Synchronicity isn't magic, it's your psyche meeting the world's pulse. Bonhoeffer's Letters and Papers from Prison speaks of worldly holiness, finding the divine in everyday life. Elias's meaning isn't in grand visions but small, aligned steps. Analogy. He's a sailor lost at sea, fighting waves until he reads the stars. Synchronicity, guiding him to shore. Uncomfortable truth. Forcing meaning post-awakening repels it. Trust invites it. Challenge. New Age manifestation obsesses over control, but what if surrender is the key? Historical parallel. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius in Meditations urged living in harmony with nature's flow. Elias trusts synchronicity, finding purpose in community, not isolation. Convergence. Elias's journey transforms him. Embracing the void, he finds it fertile. Integrating his anima, he balances spirit and action. Seeking synchronicity, he aligns with life's flow. Meaning returns, not as a blazing epiphany, but a quiet current. Projects thrive, relationships deepen, his soul feels full. Jung's wisdom. Awakening isn't the end, it's the start of living meaningfully. Pacing reflection. You felt this, haven't you? The high of awakening, then the crash of emptiness, the fear you've lost your way. Plato's light. The void is your path. Nietzsche's call. Become whole. Bonhoeffer's grace. Trust the world's rhythm. Your blocks, doubt, imbalance, control, are illusions, not truths. Final twist. Meaning isn't found, it's made through facing your depths, balancing your soul, and dancing with the universe. Psychological studies on purpose show it emerges from authentic action, not endless seeking. Jung's guide. Rediscover meaning by being, not chasing. So you, adrift after your awakening, what's keeping you from meaning? Jung's wisdom lights the way. The void is your canvas, your whole self the brush, synchronicity the colors. Your fears, your disconnection, they're not failures, they're invitations. What if meaning isn't out there but within you, waiting to be lived? Let that linger. Awakening isn't the destination, it's the map to a life of purpose. Thanks for this soulful journey. Subscribe, like, and share your awakening story in the comments. Until next time, live your meaning. Peace.